Hello viewers and welcome to Cubic Chunks. Now, for those of you who don't know what Cubic Chunks is, please click the button on the screen and read the forum thread. If you would like to continue watching the video anyway, just keep watching. Anyway, Cubic Chunks is a suggestion in Minecraft to change the current linear system to a cubic system, thus doing things such as making infinite height, making 3D biomes, faster lighting, less lag, etc. Read the suggestion for more info. Basically, as you can see, I am at Y330, which is insane. This is much higher than you could get normally in Minecraft. And so I am currently in the Cubic Chunks Alpha, pre-alpha, which is currently not accessible to the public, unfortunately. But I am going to be showing you guys some of the things that Cubic Chunks can do. I will be keeping the debug screen open for this entire episode, so I hope you will enjoy this video. My name is theweapi, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. If you don't enjoy this video, then, well, you should at least read the suggestions, so, yeah. To start us off, I would not like to be on the tech demo for a reason. Right now, I am on the Cubic Chunks discussion server. This server is simply basically, it's a fan-made server about just explaining the entire concept in general. So I'm going to be going over some of the things that this server has to offer. And I'm getting way too many of these books. Alright, so there's all these signs here. This is how a current chunk gets currently loaded. This chunk is huge. This entire thing gets loaded. It's insane. It's just... why would you load that entire massive thing every time you want to load something? It's insane. So over here we have the explanation track. So let's get started. Sorry, my internet is not the best, so sorry if there are any derpiness. This is an example house. Basically, this track is not very well made. This is one chunk segment. Yep. This is the area, it's the segment of a chunk. Each chunk is divided into 16 little sub-segments, but still, in general, one whole chunk. So next, we have what actually gets loaded. The entire chunk. This is what Minecraft actually loads. That's a lot of blocks. All the way from bedrock to layer 256. This works, but it's a bad system. Not only is it hardened for your PC to load so much blocks without the actual need to do that, also allows us to do awesome things we've never done before. So, this is stupid. This is a giant area that nobody needs to load. Every time a block updates it has to update this entire thing. This is a demonstration of what the area would become. It will become 16 mini chunks, which are cubic chunks. Basically, when a block updates in there, it doesn't have to update that, or that, or that, or that, or that, or that, and it's a lot. Yeah, so, oh, this slide's meant to show air chunks, alright. Air chunks, basically, if a chunk is completely filled with air, then no calculations are done for it. But with this, it has to calculate everything because it's one huge segment. Next slide. Sorry, the science broke. Alright, this is a standard cubic chunks all by itself. Basically, this is what would be loaded if your view distance was set to 0. It's a lot better with cubic chunks because your view distance also affects the Y value, and you also have infinite height less lag. Here's why there's less lag. If, let's say, you had the default view distance is 21 by 21, and it's all the way these huge chunks. With cubic chunks, if you have a laggy computer, you can set the value to being very low. So like a 3 by 3 of normal chunks still has to load that massive height. But if you were to, say, make the chunks cubic, then it would only have to load 3 high in each direction, and meaning 3 high and 3 low. But like, that reduces lag a lot. Instead of having to load those 16 segments, because that would be how much of these make it one of those, it would only have to load 6 of those. It's nearly half lag reduction with that thing. Obviously nobody would play on that low specs, but as you can but that's the thing there. Anyway, sorry about that, my mind kinda went blank after I tried to adjust the sounds for the minecart because it was being annoying. Well, as I was saying, basically, even though nobody would play with a view distance that low, still, when you make this block appear, well, it didn't actually appear because apparently I don't have permission. If you were to make a block appear, you would have to update. It has to update this entire chunk. Like, when it does that. It's insane. Why? With cubic chunks, when you place a block, it only updates 1/16 of that. So it's a lot less lag already. So even if you played with the same amount of chunks loaded, you get a lot less lag. I mean, the same amount of area loaded with the chunks. So, but if you're a normal player and you play on the default settings, the total area loaded will technically increase, but the lag will still be reduced because of the chunk updates are really smooth. With that, you have like height. You can see up. You can build up. You can see down. You can build down. You can go anywhere. Like right now, currently, the only limit in Minecraft is the sky. If I were to go up, obviously that might take a long time on this, but if I were to do that, yeah, then I couldn't build. I couldn't build there. That sucks. I can't tell you how many builds I've seen that would so much benefit from infinite height. Imagine aperture science building that's actually miles deep, for example. And here's something I can demonstrate very easily. The bottom of the world, bedrock. Once you go here, you can't go any lower. This is the end. The only limits in Minecraft are the sky and bedrock. That's it. That's the only limits. And that really sucks. Imagine if we can lift those limits. That's what cubic chunks does. It just makes the world endlessly high. And it reduces lag along with it as a side effect, along with these awesome things as side effects. There's literally no downside to this, except for the fact that Mojang will have to do some work on it, which they do work on it they do work on everything when they need to implement it, because they can't just like press a button and have like flowers appear. They had to actually code in the flowers and stuff. This is a system that has not fully been considered and recognized by Mojang yet, so I encourage you to spread the word. I encourage you to support this suggestion, and I encourage you to do whatever you can. If you wish to help, if you were to come on the thread and help out some of the newest people, and if you're to like answer their questions, like, well, what would happen to factions. Wouldn't you be able to just build a base at endless heights? No. Here's the thing with that as well. Servers can and always have been able to set a maximum build height. And so you will still be able to do that with cubic chunks. With cubic chunks, you will probably also be able to set a minimum build depth, which is basically the exact opposite. It's setting where the bedrock layer generates. Another commonly asked question is what would happen to ore generation. Well, ores would spawn normally. They could use a system that would, if they took advantage of the system, they could make ores dynamically generate the lower you get. But unless they update the terrain generator to work in 3D, nothing would be messed up. The cubic chunks tech demo, the pre-alpha proof of concept mod. The proof of concept is basically unoptimized yet. The maker of the proof of concept, Bartex 2X, I think? Yeah, Bartex 2X. He hasn't done anything yet to optimize. He hasn't done, he hasn't fixed bugs and stuff like that, But basically, even without that, the mod practically doubles my performance in Minecraft, which I would be able to show you in a video, but I can't really do that with Fraps open, because my recording software locks my FPS, obviously, so I can't really demonstrate that. Anyway, with ores, they won't actually change unless they decide to take advantage of the terrain generator. So they could make them dynamically generate as it go down, but by default I would assume that the maximum build height and minimum build depth will probably be just as it is now, with 0 and 256. Maybe they'll make it 0 and 512 or something. Well, yeah. So unless they change the terrain generator. And when I show you the terrain and proof of concept mod, that is custom terrain made up very quick just to test 3D generation capabilities. It is far from finished. Do not expect something pretty here. Yeah. So, I don't really know if there's anything else to say. So I suppose now I will go into the proof of concept mod and show you guys some fun stuff. The fun stuff to do with cubic chunks and the very buggy proof of concept mod, and I will also show you things that currently work properly. So I don't even know what I'm doing here, just flying around town. This is a sneak peek of the server, even though you could just go on and look at it anyway. So, I will end it in this ice castle. Whatever this is. I don't care. I'm calling it an ice castle. I know it's a quartz castle. It's an ice castle. Diamond block. Alright, so let's go on to the proof of concept mod. And here we are. We are on the proof of concept mod right now, and this is broken lighting. Sorry, lighting's not working yet. In the future, the way lighting will work is that there will be a height map per region column, and that'll basically say what the top block in the column is, so the game knows where to calculate lighting from. This will make lighting a lot faster as well, because the game will have to count down every block from the top of the world down to where it should be. But things like tile entities do work, and entities, they all work. Alright, so I don't have to cut that sheep with the potion. Signs don't work because, I don't know, they're some sort of other entity. When I'm falling, the chunk loading isn't optimized yet, so obviously it's causing some considerable frame drops there. Now let's fall down this giant hole I made. Basically, Wow, that's actually really fast right there. There's no lag spikes for that little spot. Wow, that was nice. And so what I'm gonna do is, apparently this rolled back a little for some reason. I'm not sure why, but what I had was a giant pillar of TNT, and it was 1,000 blocks long. It's still just under 1,000 blocks long, so I present to you, after much effort from me from the past, I present to you the 1,000 block deep TNT marathon explosion thingy. And here we go. My performance is 180 FPS, which is very uncommon because usually Fraps limits me to 120 when I'm recording. So, yay for FPS. Let's see how this TNT's going. Obviously, TNT explosions were always laggy in Minecraft, so that's not an issue. Start keeping up with this thing. Goes down to negative 1,400, about. Optimizations to the way TNT explodes could be made to the game. I've seen it done with plugins like No Lag and with Spigot, but that is out of the scope of this suggestion. This is just about cubic chunks. And that's the end of it. I hope you guys enjoyed that TNT run. It wasn't really a run, and I know there's a game by that name, so I'm not going to say that again. But basically, if you want to see more of this, you may rewind the video. If not, I bid you farewell, and I hope that you will support Cubic Chunks by smacking the reputation button on the Minecraft forum thread. And I hope you guys have a good day, and I hope Cubic Chunks gets added to the game. And I also hope that the tech demo, the pre-alpha, becomes an alpha and gets released to you guys, because this is something definitely worth trying out. Obviously everything's really buggy right now, so even if it was like that, you wouldn't really want to try it out unless you want to get technical. But yeah, so you isn't just having infinite height and less lag awesome, You can't do this in normal vanilla. You'd have to like build multiple TNT towers and just like edit them together using like a video editor. And that's just lie. That's just a lie. It's a cake. The cake is a lie. I hope you will remember support the cubic chunk suggestion. Please go ahead and tell all your friends. Spread the word. If you ever see any relevant topic about it on Reddit or Twitter, please mention it. Don't know if there's much else to say. This lighting is really broken. That's probably top priority for the mod maker. Once again, thank you Bartex2x for making the Cubic Chunks proof of concept mod. And I hope you continue to develop the mod so other people can enjoy it. Not necessarily enjoy it, but like experience it. That's the word. I'm just gonna keep flying through this thing. I'm gonna stop once I get to the top of the mountain. I'm gonna stop talking now. Go smack the red button. Tell your friends. Go. Cubic chunks. Infinite height. Less lag. 3D biomes. Support now. You see, normally in normal Minecraft I get like 80 FPS. Well, up to find I get about 120. And with this cubic chunks, even though it's unoptimized, I'm getting like 180 average. And usually Fraps like limits my recording rate as well. So this really does decrease lag.